Section 5, this is your steering linkage. I believe this whole thing is only worth 1 point out of the 32. But you're going to have 5 plus 1 in your packet. And the 5 parts are the steering shaft, the pitman arm, the drag link, the steering knuckle, and the tie rod. So put those as your 5 bullet points. I'll repeat them again. Steering shaft, that's your first one. Pitman arm, that's P-I-T-M-A-N. Got a drag link. You got a steering knuckle. And you have a tie rod. Might even help you if you go outside of one of these trucks and actually draw this. Steering shaft kind of comes down at a diagonal angle. It connects to a box called the steering gearbox, which we'll talk about momentarily. There's a pitman arm that hangs down below it. You got a drag link that runs across. Steering knuckle's a little tiny piece there off to the side. And then the tie rod actually runs below the frame from tire to tire. You pointed all 5 of those, you named them all. Steering shaft, pitman arm, drag link, steering knuckle, tie rod. All 5 are securely mounted, not cracked or broken. You can just get that definition once. But also add in this. The castle nuts and cotter keys are in place. Castle nuts, castle like a castle, C-A-S-T-L-E. Castle nuts and cotter keys are in place. If you prefer cotter pins, that's fine too. But those are your first 5 bullet points for your steering linkage. Then you also have the steering gearbox. And the steering gearbox is the only part of the entire steering linkage that could potentially leak. And so the steering gearbox is securely mounted, not cracked or broken or leaking. And that is why you can't lump that one piece in with the other 5 because it's got a different definition. And then beyond that steering gearbox, you also need to include the following 2 things. You need to include that its hoses are securely mounted, not cracked or broken or leaking. And then you also have to add in that the universal joint is properly greased. So steering shaft, pitman arm, drag link, steering knuckle, tie rod, all 5 securely mounted, not cracked or broken. The castle nuts and cotter keys are in place. Steering gearbox, securely mounted, not cracked or broken or leaking. Its hoses are securely mounted, not cracked or broken or leaking. And the universal joint is properly greased.